Hey folks, welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
This right here is our top 5 location games. What, pray tell, you might be asking, is a location game, JT?
It's a game that's about a location, I hope. No,
Yeah.
that we want to go visit.
Yes.
I suppose I want to say.
Does said location have to be a real place?
Yes. Well, apparently not.
No.
It has to be close to a real place.
It has to be as
real
real
place.
as one can imagine.
Okay.
No, all of these are actual real places. I had a couple of fun choices on
Sure.
the last one.
Yep.
But all of these are real places, and all 10 of his were real places. So he's your Huckleberry.
It's a
not
game
me.
that's really centralized about a location.
Yes.
Theme is specific about a location or in a location, and those are locations that we would really like to see in our
Yes.
lifetimes before
Absolutely.
before we move to the Amazon.
Kick the bucket before we go to the Amazon. That's right. All right.
You got to
So
do the other 9 first.
yes, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, my number 5 is actually a crossover
Ooh.
by game and place.
Ezra and Nehemiah.
Ezra and Nehemiah is correct. Now, JT actually said Jerusalem was that place, and I absolutely agree with that. But I widened my parameter a little bit. I'd love to visit Israel as a whole,
Sure.
and of course Jerusalem's going to be in there.
Yeah.
Of course it's going to be in there. But I'd love to be able to visit Galilee and Capernaum and all of these other places that are in Jerusalem. In Israel, as well as Jerusalem. And of course, Jerusalem would be probably a focal point for the trip. But that's exactly what I thought of. That's one of the games that I immediately thought about for this list. I'd love, Ezra and Nehemiah puts together. It has such a great. It puts together all of the history involved with the rebuilding of Jerusalem and the rebuilding of the temple and all of that other kind of stuff together so well that it just kind of fosters that desire to go check this place out.
Absolutely.
So, I knew that was going to be on there, and I had to try to keep my mouth shut while you mentioned it on your other one. But
Nice.
definite number 5 is Israel and or Jerusalem. Ezra and Nehemiah is the game.
Nice. My number 5, I think I've had a few very specific locations. This one is another very specific city location in Morocco called Marrakesh.
Ooh.
Marrakesh would be a beautiful place to visit.
I do agree with that.
Just outstanding. The architecture there, the colors, the vibrancy, I think that would be awesome. So like when I was looking through board games and thinking, what's a good place that I'd love to go, when I saw Marrakesh, that just popped right at the top of the list because that would be a fantastic, I want to say, I guess they're all foreign places, but just so different in its complete structure and architecture and everything else.
There's multiple ways that you can use the word foreign. Yes, it's foreign because it's in another country, but it's also foreign because it's so far out of the norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
And I think Marrakesh would just be a beautiful city to visit. So
I agree.
That was my number 5.
I have to say I didn't include any of those city collection games in my list. Although, I think it's because I didn't use Board Game Geek. I just used my collection, and I don't have many of those. I don't have in my collection, but it's fine. I like all the places.
It's fine.
I like all the places.
I think I own all these games. I own all these games except for one, except for my number 4.
I used all. I own all of these except for my number 5 because I traded it to you from Italy. My number 4 is I definitely wouldn't want to visit this city in the middle of this game.
Well, that's
I
fair.
probably would die. Whether I got ran over or, got hit with a stray knife or dagger or arrow or whatever it might be, But the game is Assassin's Creed: The Brotherhood of Venice.
Oh.
And the city is Venice. And honestly, I never really gave much thought to Venice until I saw a couple of movies. And I can't remember the name of one of them, but it was like a bank heist. And the other one was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
When they have that whole scene of going through Venice and the boats and all of that kind of stuff. And then the other one was a bank heist where they actually had to go underwater.
And stole the safe. Yeah,
And stole the safe. I can't remember what it is either, but I was like, it just produced like a fascination.
I heard Venice stinks.
It probably
Somebody
does.
can tell me it's supposed to be stinky.
It's
there,
like
but
river water everywhere. So, and let's not even talk about
it's
what
not
this,
clean river water.
Let's
You're
talk
swimming in.
about the sewage system that I believe is probably non-existent.
Yep, I heard Venice stinks, but it's a cool concept. It's
Yeah.
actually a cool place.
I just want to go there to like experience
Yep.
this floating city. That's the cool thing about it for me. But Assassin's Creed: Brotherhood of Venice is also a very fun game as well. But that's my number 4.
Nice. I said my number 4 is a game that I don't own, but you do, and I'm enamored with this game. But I'm also enamored with the history of the place, and this is Amun-Re. The pyramids in the Nile, the sphinxes, all of that area. I would love to go see what the aliens built. Way back. I have no idea if they built it. I'm not a freaking.
The Israelites helped build it.
With the aliens. The aliens and the Israelites, they got together, they built some stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just telling you, those pyramids are amazing.
I get it. Yep.
That whole, just the sheer size of the sphinxes and the pyramids and all of that kind of stuff would be totally cool. Not to mention just going down the Nile and, sticking your finger in the water with the piranhas or whatever. But
Pull it
that's
back
not in the
up.
Nile. But anyways.
That's the Amazon, by the way.
That's the Amazon,
that's not the Nile. But goodness, I thought about Egypt. I thought long and hard about Egypt. There's a number of games in my collection that are Egypt-based. I was just like, it's too hot.
I think there's just a lot of history I would like to see.
There is, and I totally get I'm on
Yeah.
board with it. It's just not in my top 10. It's probably an 11 or a 12. It's just not in my top 10. But no, I totally get it. Love to go see the pyramids. Love to go see the Great Sphinx.
Yep.
Love to go down the Nile, Alexandria.
Oh
You
yeah,
name it.
yeah.
You
for
name
sure.
it. I'd love to do it. It's just not top 10. But if you take us,
If
I'll
you
go.
don't mind sand.
I'll go. Oh, I hate sand. That's another reason why. All right, my number 3 is a game that is going to be a placeholder for no less than 2 countries because it has a map for one country on one side and it's got a map for another country on the other. You didn't like this game very much.
Oh,
This one's called Rebirth.
Yeah.
This is called Rebirth. I really like the basic side of the game. The advanced side is gets a little bit stupid,
Sure.
convoluted. Same basic mechanisms, but just too much else to do. I really like the base side of the game. Reiner Knizia did a great job of base on the base side. The base side, I believe, is Scotland. You turn it over and do Ireland, which I got a bone to pick with that one. Why'd you make the bad side Ireland?
Because Irish
Don't
people
finish
are
that
bad
sentence.
people.
You piece
Well,
of dirt.
So I got some Irish background in me. I got some Irish genes in me. I get it.
So you're speaking from experience.
Yes.
All right. But anyway, Rebirth. I would love to go visit both Scotland and Ireland.
Yeah.
I would probably have to make it all one trip because I probably won't be able to. Well, I can't afford a trip to one of them right now, let alone to both of them. So I'd really have to do both at the same time. But I'd love to go back and see. It's my heritage. I'm definitely American. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm Irish or anything like that. But I definitely have an Irish heritage. My dad traced our line all the way back to my great grandfather. So he did all the work. Anyway,
He did all the work.
yeah, he did. I did none of it. I
Yeah,
did none of
that's
it.
true.
He's the one that did all the digging. But I'd really love to go back and see the roots. My dad has done that, and he sent me so many pictures, and I was frothing. That's hyperbolic, but frothing at the mouth just because I was like, man, I want to go see that. All the pictures I ever see about Ireland are so beautiful. So beautiful.
Yeah, so beautiful.
And same thing about Scotland as well. But anyway, that's my number 3. Is that right? Yeah. Rebirth is the game. Scotland and Ireland are the places.
Nice. Besides that, the Guinness factory is there, like the original Guinness place, and I want to go there. So, anyways. It's true.
I'll go there and take a selfie.
There you go.
And send
That's
it
what
to
you need. All right, my number 3 is again based on a city and really based on, you know, the area. I would love to go all over Italy or whatever else. But this game is called The Foundations of Rome. And I would really love to go to Rome. I would love to see the Colosseum. I would love to see the Parthenon. I would love to see, or not the Parthenon, excuse me, the forums and the, you know, the temples and the baths and the aqueducts. Like, I'd like to see all of that stuff, all of that, you know, ancient Roman architecture and structure.
Yeah.
And just, besides that, Rome would be great. We'd go get some gelato and just kidding. Right?
No spaghetti in Rome?
I don't know.
What about
I could have
lasagna?
spaghetti.
Come on, man.
There's got to be
You
some
go right to
noodles.
gelato? You
Go right to
dinner?
gelato. Yeah. But anyways, I would love to go to Rome. That would be a fantastic place to visit.
This was actually the first game I wrote down on my list. But all of these other places I want to visit more. So it is definitely my 11. It is definitely my 11. Amun-Re is probably my 12th.
All right.
But yeah, there is so, and again, it's all historic. It's all historic based. It's like there's so much history in Rome. So much stuff to see, so many things to go do. It'd be a great place to visit. Totally agree. My number 2 is a game that I really don't have a whole lot of great history with. But it is definitely holds the place of 3 countries that I would absolutely love to visit.
Man, he put a lot more into his
They
top 10.
are Scandinavia.
Yeah.
Now, not including Denmark so much. I maybe yes,
Norway,
I would like to go
Sweden.
see Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. Those are the 3 places I would love to go see. Ticket to Ride Nordic Countries is the game that's holding the place for these 3 countries. I really want to go see the Faroe Islands in Norway. Every time I look at pictures of those things, I'm like, oh man, we got to book a place to go see those things in person. Love it. I used to watch like reality TV shows about truck wreckers on the ice roads of Norway, and it's just like it looks super dangerous, but I'd love to go there and visit Norway in the winter.
Yeah, fair. Agreed. I think
just
Norway
so
would be
much.
beautiful.
There's just, I don't even have like certain places that I want to go visit. I just want to go visit the country. I don't care if I'm like walking around doing nothing. I just want to go be there.
Well, that's what I said about Scotland too. But all of those areas, just absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
And that kind of the scenery and the not the biome. That's not the right word, but you know, the just between the climate and how the lands are and everything else, would be really neat to see. So
Absolutely. But that's my number 2. I really want to go visit Norway, Sweden, and Finland, the Scandinavian countries. And Mikko Rantanen, go Stars.
So when I went through, I picked a bunch of different locations and a bunch of games, and I kind of got down to these 10, and then I kind of rated them of which ones I wanted to go to most, just based on what they are. And I'm surprised a little bit that this one made it this high, but the truth is, I think it's one of the coolest things in history, and a lot of history in my games and everything else. My game of choice for this is the Terracotta Army.
Oh,
And
China.
yeah, Shanxi province in China, the Grand Mausoleum, the Qin Dynasty.
Yep.
Just unbelievable architecture.
You want to talk about history. Good
Talk about
mess.
history. Talk about something that's deep, you know. What is it?
Forbidden
Xi'an
Palace
or Xi'an, I don't know how to say it, but the city that's there, you know, was the beginning of the Silk Road, you know, beginning of the travel east for, you know, all of that commerce, right out of the center of China.
You can't visit China without hitting the Great Wall.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the pagodas, there's huge pagodas there.
So much to go see there. I've only been through Beijing airport. I didn't actually get outside of the airport, but the closest I've been to otherwise is Hong Kong.
Yeah.
That's the closest I've ever been to visiting China, which I guess is inside, but it's its own little.
But it would be so cool to see that mausoleum and that terracotta army
You're correct.
and then all of that stuff.
Yep.
As it just kept moving up my list because I was like, that would be
Yep.
fantastic. Like that would be so cool.
Totally agree with that.
Well, anyways, that is my number 2, terracotta army.
Good pick. All right, my number 1 is a game that I have played for a very long time, and it is going to be, I had 2 games that I could use as the placeholder for this location. I could have used Axis and Allies D-Day, but I actually chose Memoir 44.
Wow.
Because I really, really want to go visit Normandy, where the D-Day landings happened for World War II. I want to visit the cemetery. I want to visit the all of the things that they have around that cemetery. You know, for the longest time, I've really had this dream of going to the Memoir 44 tournaments that they hold in Normandy from time to time.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I really wanted to do that. I don't know that they're doing it anymore, but there's this was reinvigorated by my pastor. My pastor went on a trip with the Warrior Poet that where the Warrior Poet led a group of people to, like, I don't know how many, I want to say 10 different World War II battle sites in Europe.
Yep.
And they took like 2 weeks to go do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, Normandy was one of them.
Yeah,
and then they
that'd
stopped
be
in a
crazy.
bunch of the different cities that were bigger battles. And I'd be like, I really want to do that. But if I can't do the entire tour, I want to at least get to Normandy. But that's my number 1. By far, that's at the top of my bucket list.
Yeah,
I want
nice.
to go. I want to go
That's
visit
cool.
Normandy, and I think it would be cool to do so. That's my number 1, Memoir 44, Normandy.
All right, top of my bucket list, the number 1 place I would like to go, and this is mostly due to my, not mostly due to my ancestry, but due to my ancestry in a big part, because this is where, you know, my family's from and everything else. You know, my grandpa came over when he was a little boy from Greece, and I want to go to Greece. The game that I chose was Acropolis.
That's a good one.
There is an Acropolis in Greece that I would love to see, and I popped it out earlier on accident, but the Parthenon, you know, the Temple of Dionysus, you know, all of those things. Just going to Athens itself would be fantastic. You know, I would like to go there and, you know, try kind of chase down my family's name and things like that. Like
That's exactly what my dad did in Ireland.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to go visit Greece and just absorb it for a while. So, yeah, that's my number
cool.
1 is going to Greece.
That's
Going
awesome.
Back to my grandpa's roots.
So we had one. Well, we actually had 2 location crossovers. No, Japan was another.
Yeah,
Japan was another.
Yep.
So we had Japan.
You didn't have Scotland, right?
No, I did. No. Scotland and Ireland. So that's.
So Scotland, Japan,
1,
Greece,
2, 3, 4. So we had 4 location crossovers.
Yep.
And
1 game.
Only 1 game crossover.
Yep.
Cool beans. Well, that is that. Our top 10 location games, ordered from 10 to 1 in order of how much we want to go visit that place. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. At this point, if you haven't yet done so, you can go check out our bottom 5. That's numbers 10 through 6 over on the Dice Tower. Yep. There's a link in the description below that'll get you there. So you can go ahead and follow that if you haven't done it already. While you're here, though, give us a like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so that you can be told when we have new video contents coming out. And until then, We'll see you guys on the flip side. Take care.
Go get a plane ticket, find somewhere cool, check it out.